on the change package for LD 221. So before we get started with our procedures, I would love to start by having everyone introduce themselves. Representative Fecto, would you mind leading us off?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good afternoon. I'm Justin Fecto. I represent House District 86, which is part of Augusta.
Representative Cardone.
Hi, I'm Barbara Cardone. I represent House District 127, part of Bangor.
Representative Fay.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jessica Fay. I represent House District 66, which is parts of the towns of Casco, Poland, and Raymond.
Representative Corey.
Good afternoon. I'm Patrick Coy. I represent House District 25, which is part of Wyndham.
Representative Hymanson.
Good afternoon. I'm Patty Hymanson, representing House District 4, which is parts of York, Wells, Sanford, and all of Algonquin.
Representative Arata.
Good afternoon. My name is Amy Arata, and I represent House District 65, which includes New Gloucester and part of Poland.
Representative Millett.
Good afternoon, Soren Millet, House District 71, towns of Norway, Sweden, Waterford, West Paris. Senator Davis is still having trouble getting on with the link. He's on now. Okay.
All right, Senator Bailey.
I'm on.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'm Donna Bailey. I represent Senate District 31, and that is Hollis, Leamington, Old Orchard Beach, Saco, and part of Buxton. And is that your grand puppy that we have joining us this afternoon, Madam Chair?
No, that is my own very barky dog.
Oh, okay.
So I'll have to find some headphones. And Senator Davis.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Paul Davis. I represent Senate District 4, all of Piscataquis and parts of Penobscot and Somerset.
My co-chair, Representative Peirce.
Thanks, Madam Chair. Good afternoon. I'm Teresa Peirce. I represent House District 44, which is the majority of Falmouth, and I serve as the House Chair for the Appropriations and Financial Affairs Committee.
And my name is Kathy Breen. I represent 6.5 communities in Cumberland County in the Maine Senate, and I serve as Senate Chair of Appropriations and Financial Affairs. We're joined today by our analyst, Maureen Dawson, and our clerk, Mandy Shorey is our clerk for today, and we're very grateful for all their help. So we have done some more caucusing, and we are ready to take some additional votes. Oh, there's Representative Martin. Representative Martin, would you like to introduce yourself? You're on mute. You're still on mute.
That should be a little better.
Yes.
John Martin, House District 151, Northwestern Aroostook County.
Great. So we will be doing some more voting today on the change package. As we did earlier this week, we're going to be working off the document that is the change package. We won't be using the committee report backs at this time. We have not a ton of initiatives, but certainly worth voting. And we'll be doing what we did earlier this week, where I'll be asking for objections rather than affirmative votes. So I would, I guess, turn it over to my co-chair who will be making the motions. Are there any other procedural things you want to mention before we get going?
I think I'll do it just the same way we did. I'm assuming Representative Millett will second the motions.
I will do so, and to both chairs and to my members. There are a couple items that the House Chair just alerted me to that coordinate to issues we voted in before. If you wouldn't mind, Chairperson, when you get to them, give us an explanation from the points that Maureen raised so that we're all aware of what we're talking about.
Absolutely. Happy to do that. So we'll turn your attention to page 10. This is in the Department of Administrative and Financial Services, Information Services. I'd like to move in Initiative 1 per the change package.
Second.
Any discussion? Any objection? Seeing none, so moved.
And now we'll turn your attention to page 13. This is the Department of Agriculture, Conservation and Forestry, Animal Welfare Fund. I'm sorry, I have the wrong page there. Let me put that one on hold for a second. Thank
Well,
you.
I think we were gonna do the
The
just-
first initiative?
yes,
First
the first
initiative.
initiative.
Okay, I'd like to move that in per the change package.
Second,
Any discussion? Any objection? Hearing none, so moved.
And now we're on page 15. This is also the Department of Agriculture and Conservation and Forestry. I would like to move in initiative 1 per the change package.
second,
Any discussion? Any objection? Seeing none, so moved.
On the same page, 15, initiative number 4, I'd like to move that in per the change package.
second,
Any discussion? Any objection? Seeing none, so moved.
And page 22, Department of Agriculture, Conservation and Forestry. I would like to move both of those initiatives in.
I think if I might, Madam Chair, I think the comment that we made was that we were ready to move in the second one.
Oh, my mistake. I'm not seeing that. Okay. Thank you for your patience. So I would like to retract my motion and move in on page 20, initiative number 2.
Page 22, initiative number.
22, number 2. I will second that.
So there's a motion and a second to move in the second initiative on page 22. Any discussion?
Only that I was on page 20, which is why I was so confused.
Ah,
My mistake.
so any objection? Seeing none, so moved.
And now we're on page 66. I make a motion to move in initiative number 2 per the change package.
And I will second that and comment to the Republicans. This was one that we were okay on before that didn't get acted upon when we last met. So I will second that.
Any discussion? Any objection? Hearing none, so moved.
Excuse me, Madam Chair, was that the first or second initiative on page 66?
Number 2.
Thank
Number
you.
2.
And now we're on page 71. This is Health and Human Services. I would like to move this initiative out per the change package. Sure.
Is there a second?
I think I'd like to hold on to that one a moment. Let me explain, because this was all done hurriedly yesterday to everybody. We felt that this proposal, which was part of the LD 221, wherein the new facility at the corner of Sewell and Capitol Streets was able to produce efficiencies and savings due to office space consolidation, ought to continue rather than to be deleted. That was our intent. I apologize that that didn't come through clearly. So our question to you, and maybe someone might on my side of the aisle wish to table it, we're asking this question. If it was savings that were bookable in January when the biennial was put together, why can't we take the savings now?
Maybe that's a question for Maureen. Do they amend? Do they take the savings someplace else in the
Not that I
biennial?
can see, so I think we can pose that question to the administration and see.
I think now
You want to hold that.
Okay. So will we leave it alone for now?
That would be appreciated.
Okay,
I'll retract my motion and we'll just leave it in a hold pattern.
Yeah,
Sure,
I'm
David.
just gonna move on.
Okay.
Just hold it.
And then I'll turn your attention to page 74. And I would like to move both of those initiatives out. Is that correct, Representative Millet?
We were proposing, Chairperson, to move in the first item, item 1.
Move it
And-
out, you mean?
No, once again, we were wanting to move it in because it is savings. So we have the same question that we just discussed.
Okay.
Um,
I'll
so-
retract my motion and we'll look for some answers on those questions. Good to know.
Thank you.
Yep. Now we're on page 116. This is we're in the Health and Human Services Department and initiative number 2. And we on page, wait a minute, sorry. Initiative number 2, I'd like to move that in.
Second?
I'm sorry, Madam
What
Chair,
page is that?
can you repeat the page?
Sure, 116.
page 116, initiative number 2 has been moved and seconded to move in. Any discussion? Any objection? Seeing none, so moved.
And now on page 121. This is new to the list. It was something that Maureen has flagged for us. We moved initiative number 3 correlates to page 87, initiative number 1, which we've already moved in. And so in order to keep it in balance, and we want to move in initiative number 3 on page 121 because it correlates to page 87, initiative 1 that we've already moved in. So I'll make the motion to do that. Move in, this is in Health and Human Services, page 121, initiative number 3. I'd like to move that in per the change package.
And I would like to comment on it before seconded it. This is one that I referred to at the opening that just came to me, and it is true that we did move in item 87. Since we had not been aware of the coordination, I just want to make that point clear. In looking at it very quickly, I see the coordination now, and I'm personally okay. But I want to make sure that everybody knows that this is not something that the Republicans have had a chance to discuss as a group.
May I just add a clarification that that correlation is that it is the same position. The position is split. So you're continuing the limited period position in the one you voted in, but that same position is up the one on page 121.
Thank you for that, Maureen. And now that you've made that comment and connection, I'm leaning toward seconding it. I do see a difference in the numbers, however. I'm wondering if you could explain that. Page 87 doesn't show the numbers in the third item on 121.
It may not be an even split.
It's one position shared between 2 initiatives, but maybe they're not shared 50-50.
Could we hold on to it so we could make the numbers work? We haven't really had a chance to even focus on this.
Sure thing, no
Sure.
problem.
Do you wish to then reconsider your motion on page 87, or do you just want to sit? If I create what they euphemistically call a MODOC, I hate splitting those two. So I would actually take your vote off the page 87 and put both of them on the MODOC.
Since we're dealing with the Comprehensive Health Planner 1 position, which was moved in as item 1 on page 87, and it is a federal expenditure position, and we're doing that with the same position on page 121, same federal funding. My concern about not making the numbers match is somewhat alleviated. I'll speak for myself and see if one of my colleagues is comfortable seconding the motion.
I'll second the motion.
Any discussion? I think if I'm reading it correctly, as Maureen is pointing it out to us, that the one position is all federal funded. Some of it is funded through maternal and child health at roughly 36,500, 38,000 in the 2 years. The remainder of the salary is over here in the Office of Main Care Services in the 54.8 range for the first year, 57.2 in the second year. So I would say that 2/3 of that position's time is in main care and probably 1/3 is in maternal and child health, roughly. But so there is a second. Any further discussion? Any objection? Seeing none, so moved.
I think she's okay.
And now we're on page 125 in the Department of Health and Human Services. And I'd like to move this out per the change package.
Second?
Any discussion? Any objection? Seeing none, so moved.
And now I'll turn your attention to page 153, the Department of Labor. I would like to move in the revised section as amended.
Excuse
For
me.
the yes.
I'm sorry, Madam Chair. I'm just looking at the last initiative. I just want to understand, it's a delete and we moved it out. So are we not deleting it, or are we deleting it as per the change package request? Your comment was confusing to me.
So when the administration recommended that we delete something, it means that we want to move it out because it's a change from the original budget. So
Okay.
we've been consistent with that on the other votes.
All right, thank you.
Yep. So we're now on page 153, the Department of Labor, Employment Security Services. There's a revised recommendation. I'd like to move that in as amended per the change package.
Second?
Any discussion? Any objection? Seeing none, so moved.
And then on page 182 in the Department of Professional and Financial Regulations, I would like to move that in per the change package.
Second?
Any discussion? Any objection? Seeing none, so moved.
So that concludes our list for today. We did obviously have some questions that we're going to ask the administration field for us and get back to us on the couple of questions that people had on page 71 and 74.
Great.
I think that was it, correct, of the questions posed?
We had 2 items, Madam Chair, that we were ready to move the revised item in, pages 97 and 98, and they were not mentioned am I to assume that your caucus is not ready?
Correct.
Okay.
All right. Well, that concludes our work session for today. We'll adjourn the work session. And I hope that everybody has a peaceful and healthy Memorial Day weekend. I look forward to participating in some Memorial Day events on Zoom in my community. If there are any other comments, Chairperson, anything you want to add?
Look forward to seeing everybody in the building next week when we're back in session and working back at the State House. Stay tuned for our schedule, right? I think.